Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, we're actually just going to be shipping out some orders that I got over the weekend. Of course, I got my handy dandy note. My gross profit is $642.33 and then my net profit is $519.73. I made a total of 19 sales. Y'all are gonna be shocked. eBay is literally ahead of the game. I have 9 sales over there, which mind-blowing. Poshmark is 5, Mercari is 4, and then Curtsy is 1. I don't know what the hell is going on with Poshmark, but girl, like a little nervous, but let's just get started. So we're gonna start on eBay first since I have the most over there. These are just a pair of 𝕊𝕌𝕄𝕄𝕗 men's pants. I forget if these are the ABC or the commission, but yeah. So I got these at the bins and I was really happy because you already know, like 𝕊𝕌𝕄𝕗 men pants, they do amazing every single time. They've never not sold for over $50, so let's just say that. But when I got home and I checked the inseam, I'm like, oh man, these are like a short inseam and the waist is a little bit not fat, but like, you know, a little thick. So I feel like the average size for the average man, I guess, would be like a 32-32 or a 32-30, but these were like a 36-28. So they are short and fat, like myself. But these did sell. They didn't take that long to sell, but for some reason I thought they would have sold a lot quicker than they actually did. So I actually listed these, I want to say maybe like a good 3 or 4 months ago, and I thought they would have sold because typically all 𝕊𝕌𝕄𝕗 items from the men's, you know, category, they typically sell within like, I want to say 2 weeks tops. So when these sat for longer than a month, I'm like, oh man, I know for a fact it was, you know, the fact that these were a size, you know, 36 by what, 28. That just means that they're more rare, I guess, because the sizing. And yeah, so these did sell for $57.99, which was my full asking price. I did pay 91 cents and I made a profit of $49.52 after fees and cost of goods. Again, I will probably never stop picking up 𝕊𝕌𝕄𝕗 men's items just because they perform really well, even though I did wait, you know, 3-4 months, but they still sold, so I'm always pick them up. This is a Ted Baker's like polo button-down t-shirt. This brand has been kind of somewhat performing for me, so every time I find it in the menswear department, I pick it up. So this is my, what, 2 out of 3 essentially of this brand actually selling within a week of me listing it. So that just lets me know I'm either picking up great pieces, great sizes, great styles. I mean, it really could be all type of factors, but this one sold. I do believe it was through an offer. So on eBay this weekend, I realized on Friday that I did not need to run a sale because I was going to be running a first of the week sale in November. So I was like, oh, let me turn it off. But I had already sent out offers. So when I sent out the offer, they actually accepted it, which, you know, we love. And I only paid 90 cents for it. And I made a profit of $18.15 after fees and cost of goods. Again, Ted Baker, I was about to say Ted Bundy, what the hell? But Ted Baker, I think it's a decent brand. I'll just continue to keep experimenting with it, but so far it's been pretty good. I did have to go in and drop the price a little bit on the blazer that I found because I do think I priced it entirely too high. But I did go in and drop it down, so we'll see if that'll be on my next ship with me as the blazer, hopefully, you know. All right, so this is just a cute little children's item. It is called Hannah Anderson. It's just a cute little long sleeve. This brand I pick up almost every single time. I stopped picking up their items that have like a little bit of wear to them and that have any type of flaws, because this brand, although it sells, I mean, this is more of a filler brand for me because I already know every single time I'm going to get about a good $10 to $15 for it. So I got to make sure that the item that I'm picking up is not going to be like flawed, and then I'll have to lower the price. But I think in the beginning, I definitely did pick up flawed items from this brand. It just doesn't sell for the amount that I would prefer. But I'm kind of thinking that I might want to get to a place where I am just doing kid bundles instead of like separate items, because although I'm happy that, you know, it sells and it's a consistent seller, I don't know if I want to continue to just kind of keep picking up, you know, filler items like this. But I don't know, that's just something I've been thinking about, but I'm not, I don't know, I might find a whole bunch of Hannah Anderson today and end up wanting to take it all home. So I don't want to say that and then change my mind, but it's just something I'm considering. So maybe just finding pieces, either throwing them to the side so they can get bundled or something. But this one actually sold for $9.96. That price point lets me know that I actually relisted this one very recently. I relisted it, and of course you already know I drop it by a penny. Every single time I manually relist on eBay, I drop it by a penny. So this has been here for 4 months, roughly. So I paid $1.06, so I made a profit of $7.99 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this was a new to me brand. For some reason, the style is corduroy, so I'm like, okay, corduroy is in right now. I looked at the tag, I'm like, okay, the tag looks okay, but the style just looks a little crusty. So I threw it back, and then I said, you know what, let me just pull it and look into the brand. So I did a quick comp, and I'm like, oh wow, this brand does great. So I, you know, also looked into this specific style, because a lot of the times when you are just kind of quickly checking comps, you may not, you know, look up that item specifically. You may look up the brand and see the sell-through rate, but I specifically looked up corduroy pants, and these actually sell really, really well. So I was happy that I found them, and these didn't take long to sell. I want to say a little under 2 weeks before they got out the door. So I had these on sale for that one day that I ran the sale on eBay, and somebody went on and got them. So they were dropped down to $35.99. I did pay 99 cents for them, and I made a profit of $31.11 after fees and cost of goods. Again, 𝕬𝕬𝕊𝕋 is the brand. Definitely will be experimenting with this brand more often if I find any more pieces, because this one, not only did it sell quickly, but it got a lot of attention. So that lets me know that this is either like a sought after brand, or it's just like really that girl, you know what I'm saying? So, well, I guess it'd be that boy, because these are men's pants. But yeah, these sold fairly quickly and for a good price point. All right, this is going to be the highlight of today's Ship With Me. This brand is definitely 100% through and through a BOLO brand. It is called Frank and Eileen. This is actually just like a denim skirt. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I actually saw the style after I saw the name, because I do have this in a, you know, reseller vlog that you guys probably already saw. So I ended up being like, oh, you know, maybe I didn't pick up a great style, because every time I see people pick up this brand, it's always in tops. So I just, you know, kind of assumed like, okay, this would only do good if it was a top. But I quickly, specifically checked denim skirt, you know, Frank and Eileen, and wow, like I was flabbergasted. So everything was selling between $120 to $220. Now, I did price mine higher on Poshmark and Mercari to make room for people sending me offers. If you guys are not familiar, on my eBay, I turn off the offers and I just priced it accordingly. So I priced it right at market, and that's what I do for eBay, because I don't accept any offers. So I priced this one accordingly on eBay, and all of that, it got instant attention on all platforms. So I was just excited to see where it was going to sell and how much it was going to sell for. I actually ran that sale, like I told y'all, on eBay, and they, you know, snatched the opportunity. So this one actually sold for $159 with 99 cents, and I paid $7 at the thrift store, and I profited $131.59 after fees and cost of goods. I do think that if I can go back, would I like not drop the price? And honestly, I probably would, because I paid $7 at a thrift store. So, you know, I think that's an amazing return on my $7 investment. All right, this is also another BOLO brand. I actually heard about this brand through a YouTuber. I'm gonna be doing a video talking about my favorite YouTubers, but I heard about this brand. And ironically enough, the night before I had watched, you know, their video, it's a couple channel, and I ended up coming across it that very next day at the bins, and I'm like, wow, this is why you must do, you know, your YouTube watching, because some people really be giving you gems. I would have never picked this up had I not watched their YouTube video, because it wasn't something that I would either look into or not. So I was really happy when I found it, and I was lucky enough to find the blazer first, and then I found the pants. I didn't want to sell them together, just because who knows how long it would take for me to actually sell it. So I wanted to go ahead and just separate it and see what I can get from both of them. This one did sell for my full asking price of $50.99. So we love that. I probably could have got more. I mean, that's like the running gag here, but I am in a business of, you know, selling items and getting a good return on my investment. I am not really here for the nickel and diming. It's not really my gig anymore. When I used to go to thrift stores, and you know, I know for a fact I'm not going to come across these items anymore, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to nickel and dime you, and it's a certain amount that I need to get on this item. But I paid 90 cents for this at the bin, so I made a profit of $43.62 after fees and cost of goods, which we love. All right, so these are a pair of JCrew factory, like girlfriend high-rise. I want to say these are the like work trousers, if you will. So I have been consistently dabbling in all types of trousers for women. They aren't like the quickest sales, but they do sell, and they have been, you know, pretty consistent. So this one was a larger size. I typically don't get to come across a size 12 very often. So when I saw it and the colorway was nice, I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and test it out. Because honestly, I don't think I've come across many JCrew in, you know, specifics. More so like Banana Republic, and that's pretty much it. So when I saw this, and I'm like, let me see. And I checked comps, and the comps were decent. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. So this one actually sold for my full asking price of $19.97, and with that price point, that lets me know that this was relisted a few times before it actually sold. And I paid $1.35 for it, and I made a profit of $16.58. Again, JCrew is my bread and butter brand. I definitely pick up men's, women's. I pick up all styles, all sizes, everything, and they all kind of perform differently. So there's that. This is a Bonobos like sweater. Y'all, I had this since February, and I remember receiving an offer well over, I want to say it had to have been probably in April, and it was for $20. I think I had it listed at like either $35 or around that price point. So that's what I was looking to get for it, and I countered, and of course they declined. So here we are, almost a year later, and I finally sold it for $20. And this is why you just cannot be that type of person where you know, are gonna lose a sale over a few bucks, especially when it's something like this. This is not anything like super substantial. I mean, it is wool, and I did price it accordingly to comps, but sometimes comps change. So if we are, you know, at the wit's end of like, you know, cold season, I should have let it go during that time, but I didn't. And here we are almost a year later, and it finally sold, and I would not do it again. This is a great menswear brand. However, just be mindful of what you're picking up, and always check the sell-through rate, because some of them will not be that great and some of them will. So I would honestly recommend looking more into it. I'll be honest, I pick up this brand a lot at the bins. I leave some of it behind now. Before I used to pick it up all the time, but if I check the sell-through rate and the sell-through rate isn't that great, then I'm not gonna waste my time with getting it, because, you know, some brands, they do become oversaturated after a while, and then you just don't want your item to be the one sitting for a day and a half or years. You don't want yours sitting for years, so it's just kind of like, you know, don't pick up stuff that's not gonna actually sell. So this one sold for $19.98, and I actually picked it up for $1.31. So I made a profit of $16.51. Looking back on it, I would 100% not do it again. Oh no, this is my last one. Oh no, I just got an order in. Okay, I think I should be good. But yeah, definitely wouldn't wish I can go back in time and actually accept the offer again, just so it didn't have to sit this long and be relisted so many times. So there's that. The last thing to sell on eBay was this Pentagonia shirt. This was I don't want to say it was a bad pickup, but it was a careless pickup, because I picked it up, I saw the, you know, that it was Pentagonia, so I was like, oh, let me grab it. I kind of looked it over, but I kind of like didn't. It does have a lot of wash wear to it, and honestly, if I was able to fit this, I would have just kept it. But I went on and listed it, and I listed it pretty low. I think I listed it for like $12 on all the platforms, and then well, on most platforms, and then $9.99 on eBay, because, you know, I didn't want it to sit long, because it did have a little slit to the hem on top of it having really bad pilling. So I noticed that, you know, Patagonia shirts are not their best sellers. So I did list it low. This one sold for $9.97. Why did it sell for $9.97? That's weird. Anyways, so I paid 99 cents and I profited $8 in total. I can sit here and lie to y'all, say I won't pick it up again, but I'll be honest, I probably will. Like, I don't know, $10 sale. It's not, whoa, I'm about to just drop it in there. It's not terrible, but it's just like, girl, what are you doing? All right, so moving on to Poshmark. This is a men's lucky brand, Henley waffle knit. This, I have to say that specifically men's lucky brand performs so much better for me than women's lucky brand. I pick up a lot of their burnout tees, waffle knit, their jeans. I do have one pair of Lucky Brand's men's jeans that just will not sell. But I did get a bundle, super random. I did get a bundle on Thursday of Lucky Brand's men denim jeans, and it was a, you know, 2 of them for $45 or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, so I was happy about that, to see it go, and it just lets me know that I need to be more careful when I do pick up this brand, because I feel like all those other pieces that I picked up, I just checked and see if they were selling versus checking the actual sell-through rate on them. But yeah, so this actually previously sold earlier this month, and I couldn't find it. I waited till the very last day to you know, cancel the order, because I just kept looking for it and I could not find it. So I canceled it, and then I kid you not, within like 3 days I actually found the damn waffle knit. So I reach out to them and I'm like, hey, you know, I actually found it. Did you still want to, you know, repurchase? And they just, of course, ghosted me, and I'm not even upset about it, because, like, girl, you know. So I ended up just relisting it, and I had it at $25, and this person came in and sent me a $20 offer. I only paid 99 cents, and I made a profit of $15.01. And honestly, that was a really great sale, given the fact that I think it previously sold for $18 with discounted shipping. So I made, what, like an extra $3 or $4, so I'm happy about that. All right, this one was previously picked up, literally, y'all probably saw it in my resale vlog, but these are Figs pants. I literally put in the description, I do not know the color, so do not ask. I didn't say do not ask, but I just said I do not know the color, because what ends up happening is you can put the name of the color, and then they get it, and that'll be the reason that they, you know, return it. Like, oh, this was not, you know, midnight blue, this was actually you know, daybreak blue or some shit like that. So I was like, I'm not even gonna do that. These look green, that's just what I'm gonna say. So I had it listed for $35, and honestly, y'all, I do think this was a limited edition color, but I didn't want to put that just because I didn't know. Of course, I went to their website. I've probably sold over, it's got to be over 30 something items for Figs, maybe even more, but I didn't want to, you know, overprice it, because I did want it to sell, and it was a Ben's pickup, so that made me really happy to know that, you know, I got it from the Ben's and it sold fairly quickly. But this one actually sold for $28. This was a offer sent out from Poshmark. I'm not going to do my spiel on it, but if you need somebody to assist you on Poshmark, Poshmark VA is that girl, and I do have a link in the description, okay? But I did pay $1.10 for this, so I made a profit of $19.28 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is just a pair of Old Navy pixie pants. Again, I think I told y'all like, oh, I'm gonna stop picking up, I didn't. Literally that exact same day, I found 2 of these, and I picked both of them up. And since they are currently selling, I'm like, maybe I should keep getting them, you know? So I don't know. Like, I feel like where I'm at and where my closet is at in my business, I think I should probably just kind of stick to what I've been doing. Like, don't pick up like these lower tier items more often than I pick up like, you know, the higher tier items, but just kind of keep a healthy balance, because clearly it's working, you know? And I don't want to mess that up by being a person that's like, oh no, I'm only gonna pick up items that are gonna, you know, warrant me this amount, and then here I am struggling to find inventory, you know? So I just continue doing what I'm doing, picking up a little bit of everything. And I did have a little discussion with somebody on one of, I don't know which video it was, and she talked about how, you know, YouTube resellers are always saying, you know, I'm not wasting my time on, you know, items that I'm only going to make this much for. And I kind of broke it down to her, and I'm like, well, you kind of got to consider the time you are photographing it, steaming it, measuring it, stain treating it, washing it, listing it, researching it. Like, it's a lot that goes into listing items, and you know, you kind of want to get a good return on it. So when I'm sitting here and I'm selling items and I'm telling y'all, oh, I only made a profit of $3.82, like, girl, like, all of that wasn't worth it. The storage, like, it just, all of that was not worth $3. That's how I'm looking at it. It's not worth $3, but $15 is well worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We're all so different. But these sold for $15. Real quick, so I went in because I have changed some things on Poshmark, and I'll probably talk about it in my recap video, but I changed some things, and I went on and dropped the price on the Old Navy pants to $15, because I think I had them at $28 because I wanted my bot to send them an offer, and then they accepted like that. I cut that out, so I just put it at $15. Somebody bought it for that full asking price. I paid 99 cents, so I made a profit of $11.01 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a Brook Linen dress. I think I picked this up, it had to have been like in April or something. I initially got it for myself, and then of course I tried it on, because, you know, after you have a baby, you think you can still fit the things that you could fit prior. But I couldn't fit it, so I just factored in my cost of goods on it and, you know, sold it as an item that was for sale, if you will. So Brook Linen actually sells like linen. They sell, you know, the covers, the sheets, and all the things. So when I saw this, I'm like, ooh, but no. Not at all. That's why I was hoping that I could fit it, because this is not really like a amazing piece. It doesn't have a great fabric about it. Nothing is like amazing. But I think I had it listed at, oh no, okay, never mind. So I sent them an offer for $20, and I paid $6.24, y'all. Very tragic. So I only made a profit of $9.79 after fees and cost of goods, which, you know, I definitely won't pick it up again unless it's at the bins, you know, because $6.24, I couldn't imagine having to pay thrift store prices and only bring in that type of profit on items. But that was me years ago when I didn't know any better. We are completely done with that time in my life. Okay. All right, so this is a new to me brand. Also found this on a whim, honestly. The brand is called Herrera. And oddly enough, I got some type of validation from a YouTuber. They had sold a women's, I want to say coat or something. And I heard the name because I was on my phone. But I heard the name and I'm like, oh my God. So this brand is like a great brand. Because I couldn't understand how much attention it was getting, and it's not really anything special, if I'm being completely honest. It's just a gingham, you know, button down shirt. And going by the tag, it looked like it was worth looking into, but I just thought that, you know, it's been times that I've been fooled by other brands where the tag looks great, I look into it and it's not even worth much. So I thought that was this one, but it wasn't. This one ends up turning out being a really great pickup. I'm actually wishing that I would have sold it, I want to say, for just a little bit more, but it's like when I get stuff at the bins and it's not anything like super duper special, then I don't want to like hold on to it. So if it was like a rare piece, then yeah, I'll hold out. But this one was listed, I want to say, at $45. My boss sent them a 25% off with discounted shipping, which was like $33 and some change. They countered at $29. I sat on it for a few hours just to see, was the other likers gonna, you know, do something about it. They didn't, so I went on and accepted it. Those type of offers annoy me in a sense of like, okay, it's just a few more dollars, but I just was like, it's not worth losing $29 over $3, you know. So I let them make it, and this was a bins pickup, so I did pay 90 cents for this, and I made a profit of $22.30 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so we are moving on to Mercari. This is a Barefoot Dreams like crew neck. Again, y'all probably saw this in my reseller vlog. I was actually happy that this one sold as quick as it did. Like I was very surprised. I thought I was going to be sitting on it for a little bit and probably end up having to drop the price or send very aggressive offers, but I didn't even have to do that. So we love that. So I received an offer on Mercari. I think I had it listed at $38 because I wanted to sell it like around, you know, $30, $25, $30. And they sent me an offer. If you guys don't know, Mercari is going through this really awkward phase right now where they don't know what the hell they want to do. So they decided to add change to their platform. So like y'all already know, like on Poshmark, nothing is ever change. Everything is just kind of like rounded up or rounded down. It's just what it is. eBay, it has changed. So like I said, they sent me an offer, and it was $28.50 was their offer, which was probably the 25% off, because that's the most you can send on a single item on Mercari. So when they sent me that offer, I thought it was incredibly reasonable. 25% off is not bad, because I was looking to sell it for, you know, $25 to $30. So I ended up accepting the offer, and since I just sourced this, it was a really quick flip. I need to go and get something to put this in. So this one I paid $1.10 for, so I made a profit of $23.01. But yeah, Barefoot Dreams is one of those brands where I know a lot of us said that it has fallen off. I do think that the price range has dropped off, but I don't think the brand has completely fallen off, because y'all see I just sold this for $28. And I think the cardigans that I had found, I had sold 2 of those recently. So I think you just got to be mindful with what you price your item at, and it'll sell, you know. All right, so these are a pair of express pants. Oddly enough, y'all, oh man, I think I put out a haul video with these in it. I was very nervous on taking these home because the sell-through rate was not good. I want to say maybe 20%. Like, it was just so oversaturated, but I kind of followed my gut because I'm like, you know what? These are a flare boot cut style. These are a size 10. Like, let's get some factors into here. They're black, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that I thought about, you know, and I was like, you know what? I'm willing to risk it, and I'm so glad I did, because these sold within a few days of me listing it, and for a good price point. So I had them listed at $25, and somebody sent me a $20 offer, which I thought was incredibly reasonable. So I accepted it, of course, and I paid 99 cents for these, and I made a profit of $15.79. I think these were called the editor pants. So if you do pick up, like, you know, work trousers and stuff like that, you want to make sure you are looking specifically at the style. I try to only pick up ones with a style to them, because I feel like that is what's going to really sell it, instead of you just picking up, you know, anything. And I know we had already talked about, you know, Express and stuff specifically sells like the Portofino shirts, but I tested out these pants and the pants did better than the shirts. So I don't know. All right, so these are a pair of Under Armour like men's leggings. So these actually sold for $20. I had them listed at $25, and somebody sent me an offer for $20, and I was like, of course. And then it had me thinking, because I recently had picked these up together. So it was 2 pairs of this one, and I sold one on eBay for $10. So it has me thinking, like, I probably undersold that one. And, you know, looking back on it, I probably should have just, you know, waited just what, another week, and could have got an extra $10, but it is what it is. So yeah, these sold for $20. I did pay $1.19 for them, and I made a profit of $15.59 after fees and cost of goods. This could be because these were a size extra large, and they're like a newer style. So yeah, just kind of be mindful of that. All right, so the last thing to sell on Mercari is this Eddie Bauer like long sleeve. This actually sold last night. Also received an offer. Honestly, y'all, the only reason why I think I got these extra sales on Mercari is because they just sent out a $10 off of a $10 item coupon. So basically telling you can get it for free, but you could really use it for anything. Because I actually bought something on Mercari. I bought me a new North Face sweater, like I was telling you on my last ship with me video. I needed me a new everyday like coat, you know, not necessarily coat, but like a lightweight performance jacket. And when they sent me that, I was like, oh, perfect timing, because I was actually going to be buying one. So I went on to use my coupon, and I think that's what a lot of people were doing this weekend. They were using that coupon because Mercari is probably realizing that we are really like not doing good. I was even doing my books, just kind of updating them so I don't have to like scurry up and do it at the very end of the month. But I noticed that like my sale total is literally in half of what it used to be, which is crazy to me, because Mercari, even though it had always been kind of like a whatever platform, it has never been this bad. You know, I've always at minimum made 25 sales and made like $600 to $700 from that platform. But now I'd be lucky if I make like $300 or $400, and it's actually really sad. But yeah, I said all that to say so this one actually sold for $18.75. They sent me that 25% off offer. I paid 98 cents at the bins, and I made a profit of $14.54 after fees and cost of goods, which, you know, we like it. All right, so the last thing to sell is on Curtsy. This is a System of a Down t-shirt. I think I did a haul, and I talked about how the t-shirt bros missed this one, and I was actually really happy that I got it, because at the time the comps for this exact style was like $100 to $150. So of course I priced mine accordingly. I want to say maybe 3 months ago I had somebody sending me a little bit lowball offers on eBay, and they're like, hey, I could do 40, and I'm like, no, 50 is going to be my lowest. So we kept going back and forth. They kept telling me I only have $40, and I'm like, you have money to go to a concert. That I forgot to tell y'all that. So they told me that they were going to the concert, and they only have $40, you know, to spend on this shirt. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, well, if you got concert money, you definitely got an extra $10 to pay. But they never end up getting it, which I thought was, you know, pretty cool, whatever. I guess I didn't think it was cool. I guess I just didn't care about it enough. So here we are many months later, and this one actually sold for $57, and I paid $1.10 for it, so I made a profit of $50.34. So I waited, what, like 5 months? Was it 5 months? I don't even know when I picked this up, honestly, but I waited a little while for an extra $7, really. But I'd do it again. This was a great pickup. I'm sure if I would have held out longer, I think a lot of the times too, y'all, like when we look up comps, because these weren't comps from eBay. These are actually comps from just like me, you know, using Google Lens and seeing where it sold at. So I don't know how long those other people waited before it sold for, you know, their price point. But that's that. But thank y'all so much for tuning in and watching this video, and let me know down below if you enjoyed it, and then also leave this emoji if you stayed this long. This video is not that long, thank God.